I'm on the road again.
Come on, Helen.
And ready for more grand tours around our beautiful country.
Hello.
I'll never forget my childhood holidays spent in the family campervan.
It was a really happy time for all of us.
So I'm back with my own set of wheels. Named after one of my favourite people.
I'd like you to say hello to my wonderful campervan, Helen Mirren.
She's the perfect travelling companion.
Let's pack this away.
For a great adventure.
It's a pole dancing.
Round the length and breadth of Britain.
It's just wonderful.
To find beautiful places.
What?
That are out of this world.
You can see for miles.
It's an action-packed journey. To the most amazing locations.
In my head, I'm on a giant lily pad.
So, buckle up and join me on my grand days out.
Off with your head!
This time, my four-wheeled friend and I are romping round the Peak District.
I'm on my holidays.
I venture underground.
That's spectacular.
Travel through the terrain on two wheels.
Pew, pew! I'm Robocop!
Ride river rapids. And soar to heady heights.
Oh, blimey. So this is super exciting. I'm in the Peak District, which already sounds fabulous because you're at the peak, aren't you? Anyway, if I'm very, very honest, I'm not entirely clear what the Peak District is. So, what better place to have an adventure than somewhere where you're not entirely sure where you are? I mean, it's like a mystery.
And I can't wait to let the mystery unfold. What I do know, though, is that this part of the heart of England is stunning.
So as beautiful as this is, I need to stop, find somewhere gorgeous to... because I can't do any planning when I appear to be on some form of bouncy castle in Helen today. It's a lovely road, but it's got some hidden hazards.
My woodland drive has led me to this pretty place. Best get my bearings.
Now, it's an enormous map, so I'm going to have to put it down on the ground. And this is where I get to use some of my skills. Right. My mother was a primary school teacher. Watch the knowledge I've absorbed. So, we are here.
From the north of Derbyshire's Upper Derwent Valley in the Peak District National Park, I'm going to bend round to Buxton, nibble my way across to Bakewell, and then mosey over to Matlock.
I need to fold this map up. Might take a while. You might want to cut to some nice scenery while I do it. I like big maps, and I cannot lie. Easy.
According to my map, this impressive swathe of water is Ladybower Reservoir. And to make room for its construction in the 1940s, both the villages of Derwent and Ashipton were deliberately flooded.
And when it's very dry, you can see the remnants of the buildings, which is quite spooky, actually, to think that under there are buildings and this history.
The past really is hidden everywhere here.
I always think if you see local attractions, you should really try and join in. So I'm going to go to a cave. There's a sheep. That's just for information.
Trying not to get sidetracked by the wonderful wildlife, I'm heading through the national park to Castleton, a village with the most breathtaking landscape.
Hi there.
Hello.
I'm here to see a cave. Can you help me?
A cave?
Yes.
I believe I can take you down Blue John Cavern.
OK.
I
Take
think
me
we
to
can
Blue
do
John.
that.
Take
Shall
me there.
we go?
Let's go.
OK.
Tony Marsden's worked on and off as both a miner and a guide at the Blue John Cavern since he was just 14. So I've roped him into showing me why it's so special.
Ooh.
And I hope it is, because underground isn't my natural habitat, especially with nearly 250 steps to navigate. Thankfully, the journey is absolutely worth it,
Here we are.
as the rippling limestone formations are incredible.
So, Tony, this is absolutely beautiful, but tell me, why is it called Blue John Cavern?
The miners that discovered the cave were actually searching for lead ore, but they found a lot of this fluorspar. It's a very common mineral all over the world. But here, in this one hillside in the world, the fluorspar has been coloured from blue through purple, right through to yellow. And in French, blue and yellow is bleu et jaune.
It's thought the Derbyshire miners' dialect turned bleu et jaune into Blue John.
So, this is the only place that we know of in the world where this particular mineral of these colours can be found.
That's right.
That's spectacular.
The UK's rarest mineral has been hand mined since the 1700s to create the most exquisite ornaments. But millions of years before, the cavern was in fact underwater.
Just over 300 million years ago, there may well have been a forest of sea lilies along the bottom of the sea. They would have been a bit taller than a human,
My
and
goodness.
these little fossils actually stick out of the smooth faces of the limestone.
It blows my mind that this would have been essentially the bottom of the sea. I find that, and maybe it's because I'm in a cave with you, Tony, quite poetic and romantic.
Clearly, both beauty and treasure lie beneath this unassuming spot. And I suspect there's more to discover back above ground. And in the village of Heaton, on the edge of the national park, I've heard there's a great spot for some spectacular views.
There's so much beautiful countryside to discover in the Peak District, but Helen's not really an off-road vehicle. However, I think I've got the perfect mode of transport to explore.
Don't worry, Helen, I'll be back.
Hello there.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm here because I want to do some segwaying, if that's okay.
Of course.
Les Maddox runs Segway safaris round this impressive 160-acre estate, so that the lovely local landscape can be viewed while having a two-wheeled scoot.
So segways, how do they work?
They actually self-balancing. They work by weight transference.
Okay.
So it's basically forward to go, on your heels to stop. The actual steering is the handlebar
I
itself,
see.
which
Okay.
moves side to side.
They can go quite fast, can't they?
Yes, you can adjust the sensitivity of them
Okay.
because the steering can be so sensitive, you would just be off everywhere, to be honest.
And that's not what we want.
No, definitely.
Can I have a shot?
You certainly can.
Yeah?
We just need to get some safety gear on.
Okay. Well, this is the exciting bit.
Away
See you in
we
a
go.
minute.
Thank
See you in a
you.
minute.
Helmet engaged. Padded protective plates secured. Power suit activated. I feel indestructible.
Right, Les. I'm all kitted up.
You certainly are.
Before I go on, do you have any final kind of tips or hints?
I'd like you to keep your knees a bit loose. They can act as like shock absorbers.
I'm keeping my knees loose and I'm ready to go.
I may look the part, but I need to assimilate myself with this new machine by taking it easy.
I'm away on the Segway. Loose knees, lean forward, turning to the right.
Mastering the turn is proving a bit of a learning curve.
Okay, Turning to the left.
But I think I'm getting into the swing of things. And I'm not sure the dame expected me to start running cyborg-style rings round her.
See you later, suckers!
I don't mean it, Helen, but I do think the sightseeing can wait. There's more fun to be had right here.
Zip, 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 pew, 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 pew! I'm Robocop! Pew, 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 pew! Pew, pew! I mean, in essence, I'm living every Robocop dream I ever had. You're not, you're a 46-year-old woman, Susan, shut up!
I really am buzzing with my newfound skills on this space-age gadget.
Hiya, just to say, if anyone in my family is watching this, I would like one of these for Christmas. Thank you very much.
Although I think I might have more luck writing to Santa. I'm on a grand day out at the southern end of the Pennines.
I'm on my holidays.
Soaking up all the sights of the picturesque Peak District.
Baby doggy. Whenever I see someone with a dog, I always say hello to the dog and not the human. So I'm really not interested in the human, to be honest. I'm interested in the dog. Hello, wee doggy.
I'm bounding my way through the national park and over to Buxton.
I was there when I was on tour, but didn't get to spend a huge amount of time there. So I can't wait to go back and have a proper explore of the place, because it was one of those places that when I got off the train, I thought, oh, this is a bit lovely, isn't it?
The architecture is glorious, and I'm making a beeline for Buxton Crescent. In the late 1700s, to rival the spa town of Bath, a very rich duke built this Georgian hotel. And just across the road, the beautiful pump room was later constructed as a place for people to enjoy the town's famous spring water.
I feel quite important walking down these stairs. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
History buff Louise Brooks knows all about the health benefits of the mineral-rich water and the role of the well woman who oversaw the drinking of and bathing in it, known as the Buxton Cure.
It's a fascinating thing that the water is meant to have certain properties.
Yes, absolutely. But it was quite specific about how to take the waters. You were warned it might make you feel a little giddy, a little excited when you first took it.
Oh my!
But it might also have rather purging effect on the system if you took too much of it. So you were sort of told to take it a bit steady when you first
Well, I suppose
started.
if you don't drink a lot of water, then you drink a lot of water. It can have a purging effect on you, can't it?
Yes.
So tell me, how can I, as a visitor to beautiful Buxton, enjoy these incredible waters?
You were expected to drink the waters, to bathe in the waters, and to exercise here in Buxton as well. So I think perhaps to drink the waters would be a good start.
I'm going to go and try the cures. Hopefully it won't lead to purging, because Helen does not have facilities in her.
And I can get a taste of the spring water straight from the fountain.
So these are the famous Buxton waters. I'm going to give it a go. Quite warm. I was expecting it to be quite cool, but it's quite warm. Do you know why I'm doing it like I'm tasting wine?
A naturally warm vintage with subtle hints of calcium and magnesium.
It's very nice. Okay, I'm just going to keep an eye on myself, on my biorhythms, to see what effect that has on me. The Buxton cure has begun.
Now that I've sipped it, I can't wait to soak in it. And the Buxton thermal pool is overflowing with peace and quiet for me to immerse myself in the rejuvenating water.
I'm going to have a wee dip so that when I get back on the road again, Helen sees my best self. I've been a bit tired recently. And just watch out. What comes out of that pool will be a different Susan.
It's not just Grimsby I love. I also love a spa day.
This is absolutely lovely. This is about enjoying it and letting the water envelop you to give you that feeling of well-being.
All I'm missing is some cucumber for my eyes.
I genuinely feel so much more relaxed spending time in here. I don't know whether it's the peace and quiet or the water, but it's beautiful. So I'm going to spend it just a little bit longer relaxing. A bit worried about Helen though. Wonder what she's up to. She'll be fine.
Time to move on, but I can take some of the famous water with me.
Right.
Since the 16th century, travellers have been able to access the water for free at St Anne's Well. But of course, I'm not the only traveller around here. Helen keeps her engine well hidden, but she's worth the trouble.
Beautiful. You're welcome, Helen.
Still thirsty for what else the Peak District will serve up, Helen and I are back on the road.
She's feeling sprightly. I'm feeling sprightly. What could be better? I do need the toilet, though. I really have to be careful how much water I have.
So I'm firmly crossing my, fingers for the next 13 miles, hoping that Bakewell is full service.
It's one of these places that just looks really beautiful.
Full of sweet little lanes that even Helen can't squeeze down, it's best explored on foot. And it's good to get some steps in, because it would be rude not to investigate the delights of the famed cherry Bakewell, or Bakewell tart.
Hi there.
Hi, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm grand. Could I have a Bakewell tart, please?
Could I take you to a Bakewell pudding instead?
Why would I want a Bakewell pudding? Is it better than the cherry Bakewell?
So it's much better.
Stephen Craig should know. As manager here at the oldest pudding shop in town, it's not the iced tart with the cherry on top that they're famous for.
The Bakewell pudding, it's more like a sort of rich, gooey, velvety egg custard.
I'll be honest with you, that was the most sexy description of any pudding I've ever heard in my entire life. That's extraordinary.
It's a very sexy pudding.
It's a very sexy pudding.
This is not just any pudding. This is a Bakewell pudding. Made from a light puff pastry case and an egg and almond filling. It's oozing with moistness. Oh, sorry, I might have taken that a little bit far, apologies.
Bakewell puddings are actually from Bakewell, whereas Bakewell tarts, they're not really anything to do with us.
Really?
Yeah.
So, how did the Bakewell pudding come about, though?
So it was actually the result of a little accident.
Back in the 1860s, a local innkeeper asked her cook to prepare some strawberry tarts for visiting noblemen.
She had her jam tart, but she also had some leftover ingredients. And what she did in a panic was she just slopped it all on top and banged it in the oven. Luckily for her, it turned out pretty well, to be honest with you.
Some of the greatest culinary delights are accidental.
Yeah.
Can I have a Bakewell pudding then, please?
Coming up for you.
Right, lovely, thank you.
I'm drooling already.
Bit of cream or custard is what we'd personally recommend.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we'd also recommend that you just warm it up slightly.
Right, heavenly. Thank you very much
Absolute pleasure,
indeed.
really hope you enjoy
I'm going
it.
to heat it up slightly to loosen it up and have it with some custard and cream.
All right.
Custard and cream. I know it was an and/or situation, but...
Yeah, no, both sounds good to me.
Both sounds amazing. Thank you so much for that.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you,
have a
darling.
good day.
The proof really is in the pudding.
What you want? Baby, I got it. What you need? A nice coffee. There's very little in life that's not solved by a cappuccino and a pastry.
Maybe best I now work up an appetite. Just north of Bakewell, in the village of Ashford in the Water, The beautiful Sheepwash Bridge, as its name suggests, was once used by farmers to wash their flocks. But now is been named by Visit England as the top spot for playing the wonderful game of poo sticks.
Now that's a very traditional game. You need a stick, you need flowing water, that's very important, otherwise you're just, dropping a stick in a bath.
Invented by Winnie the Pooh author A.A. Milne, the game and his charming characters have been immortalised in cartoon for future generations to enjoy.
I'm going to have a wee go. Why not? I'm going to gently move past this duck. Never turn your back on a duck. Very important. Hi, honey.
I do love an audience. But when it comes to games, if you're a competitive Calman, you choose your weapon carefully.
It's your choice of stick. Do you want a heavy one? Do you want a thin one? Do you want a long one? Do you want a short one? That's up to you. Personally, I've chosen for myself what I would call an intermediary. If you have a heavy stick, it's quite a shallow river there. It might be weighed down and caught on some debris. In which case, game's a bogey, innit?
You might think I'm overthinking this, but the point is to win.
So what I really need to do is I need to find some people to play poo sticks with. And who wouldn't say yes to a woman in an oversized yellow anorak asking to play poo sticks?
There must be my very own Piglet and Tigger around here somewhere to beat. Play with.
People are so accommodating in the Peak District. Thank you.
Sarah and Lana from one of the village's hotels both look like formidable opponents, but hopefully they're full of style over substance.
Have you played poo sticks before, Lana?
Of course.
What about yourself, Sarah?
Of course, yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
My goodness, I'm loving the game face on them.
These two mean business, but the Calman's going to stick it to them.
Ladies, take your positions. 3, 2, 1, go! Stick! Where's mine gone? Oh, come on! Look how far behind mine is!
Memories of my childhood summer holidays are coming flooding back.
Well done. I'll applaud you off the bridge. Off you go. Well done, well done.
Where's Christopher Robin when you need him? I bet he would have let me win. I'm in and around northern Derbyshire's Peak District, seeing the sights and serenading my van, Helen. She's an 80s pop fan.
Take on me, take on me, take me on, take on me, I'll be gone. If you're a music teacher listening at home, yes, I did just hit that note magnificently. Not necessarily the right note, but my God, what a note that was.
Continuing on a high, we're now shimmying around 17 miles southeast to the delightful village of Crich, on the edge of the Derbyshire Dales. This quiet part of the world feels timeless, and I've stumbled across a place that looks right up my street.
Fun fact, I absolutely love trams. Luckily for me, I found myself somewhere that celebrates them.
This tremendous museum is set within the most perfectly recreated vintage village, allowing me to step back in time and journey through the history of all things tram. It's a lovely place to explore, but I think the weather has other ideas. Best seek shelter.
Aye.
And great minds think alike.
The weather has turned slightly inclement, hasn't it?
Just a bit damp.
Now we're sitting on this beautiful, beautiful tram here, and you're dressed for the occasion.
Peter Whiteley is a motorman, and has been driving trams here for nearly 25 years.
Tell me about this place. How did it start?
We started here in 1959. Very much tramways were being closed down around that time. They were ancient history. Everybody wanted to get rid of them. But it was important to preserve some of our heritage at the museum.
Despite being cheap public transport, trams started being removed from the cities in the early 1900s to make room for motor cars. But a group of tram enthusiasts couldn't bear to see them disappear. And the museum now has over 70 original and restored vehicles.
I mean, it's an expensive hobby for us, some of the cars that we've restored recently. We're talking several £100,000.
You're the master of the understated statements, Peter. It's quite an expensive hobby. Yes, you've got 70-odd trams here. It is quite an expensive hobby.
Yeah.
It's lucky we're enjoying ourselves, as we might be here a while.
Hold on. You might be thinking we've added that sound effect for drama before I ask this question. It's really happening. What is it that you love about the trams?
My father brought me here when we were young, and I've been in love with the place ever since.
So you came here as a visitor?
As a visitor.
Oh, that's amazing.
By volunteering here, Peter is really living out a childhood dream spanning over 5 decades.
I think there's something very romantic about a tram.
Yeah.
I really do. Maybe it's my love of Judy Garland.
Who doesn't love a bit of the classic romantic musical comedy, Meet Me in St Louis? Now that the downpour is done and I've made a new friend, I might even manage my own Judy Garland moment with a personal tram trip.
Take it away, Peter.
I may not be having a musical extravaganza, but I could easily lose a jolly hour on this beauty.
Absolutely magical.
It's certainly a drive to make your heart sing. But as always, I'm delighted to be reunited with Helen and can't wait to see what else the Peak District has up its sleeve.
Sun's out again. The only advice I'll give to you when you come to the Peak District is layer.
We're now tootling a few miles down the road through some lovely little villages. And what better way to find out about the lesser known parts of the peaks than a pit stop at the local pub here in Bonsall.
Hi there.
Hey.
How are you?
All right, how are you?
Very good, thank you.
Serving up all the juicy local tidbits is landlady Colette Dewhurst.
Bonsall looked adorable, so I thought I'd stop off. Can you tell me about the place?
It's not as sleepy as it looks, Susan.
Really?
It's actually rated the most likely place in Europe to be abducted by aliens. There was a lot of activity around 2000.
Have you ever seen anything?
No. I'd like to see something. That'd be very exciting, wouldn't it?
It would be. I've never seen anything, but I do believe in it.
I wondered if a lot of the sightings coincided with people leaving here after they've had 7% cider.
The truth is out there. And it's not just the rumoured alien activity that has attracted international interest in Bonsall.
We have this thing once a year called the World Championship hen races.
So immediately when you say hen racing, I think, is it really racing?
They're not encouraged to race in any way. Sometimes, and the match says, go, and they don't move. But sometimes they run, and when they do, it's thrilling, Susan.
Is it?
The crowd go wild, you know.
Really?
Yeah, it's thrilling.
On your marks, get set.
For the last 30 years, thousands of people have flocked to Bonsall from all over Europe for the Hen Racing World Championships. Owners encourage their pecky pals to cross the finish line the fastest. Competing for a bag of grain, a trophy and the high accolade, it's a very serious pursuit.
So, are there rules?
There are rules, no cocks allowed. Some people try and enter pigeons.
I just would love to meet the person who brought a pigeon and just said, it's just a differently shaped hen.
From Stevenage.
The current hen, not pigeon, racing world champion is actually a local lad.
Jack is called Jack also. Yeah.
Right, Jack
The hen whisperer.
And I'm told Jack is right outside. A hen racing legend, a world-class competitor, and, oh yes, a 13-year-old boy.
You must be Jack?
Yep.
And who's this here?
Joe.
Joe, nice to meet you, Joe.
I've lost my... Yesterday I lost my tooth.
Which tooth? That one there? Yeah.
Jack and his adorable 6-year-old brother Joe trained together all year. But Jack's been dubbed the Lewis Hamilton of hen racing after winning the World Championships for the 6th year in a row.
Jack, you are the current champion of hen racing, is that right?
Yep.
I won one race.
Did you win one race?
Yeah.
Yeah. But is your brother better?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you need to do to train the hens for the racing?
Well, hard work and a lot of patience.
Can I watch you, though, do a bit of training? Is that OK?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that all right? Brilliant.
I have the honour of being today's hen race commentator.
I'll be over here.
Time to fetch the feathery competitors. Training is all about practice, and today the hens will race the short distance to Helen, the finishing line.
Right, Jack, right, Joe. Let the hens go and we'll see what happens, OK?
On your marks, get set, go.
Now, this is what I like. The hens are sussing out the situation, they're deciding what to do. It's careful. It's not as fast as perhaps some other races have happened. It's slow and steady, that's the key to hen racing. It's up to the hens. The hens are having a wee look round. And I think what's happening is that they are wanting to go round in a circle. This is absolutely fine. Joe, how do you think your hen's performing?
Good.
This is absolutely edge of your seat stuff. It's neck and neck at the moment. We're trying to get some sustenance on the way. Now here we go. It's the sprint to the finish. It's Usain Bolt. Come on, Jack's hen, you can do it. Couple more steps and you're there. And the winner is... Jack's hen has won. Well done, but Joe, your hen is just behind.
I've seen some great sporting events in my time, and that was up there.
I don't know about you, but I need a cup of tea and a lie down after that. Need to calm down.
And if they're watching, I hope the aliens enjoyed it too. My lovely little campervan, Helen and I, are on a grand day out in and around the Peak District at the southern end of the Pennines.
On a day like today, it is both warm and cold and raining and dry at the same time. You know, one of those classic British summertime days. But it's fine because in Helen, I've essentially got an entire change of wardrobe. I've got a ball gown in there in case it's required, you know, in case I'm invited to a fancy dinner.
But I don't think I'll require such finery for my next stop. We're now floating just a few miles up the road to Matlock, Bath, a spot where the River Derwent runs through, and that today is particularly soggy.
So, the weather has been somewhat temperamental during my visits to the Peak District. It is, at the moment, just raining a little bit. I'd like to do some outdoor activities on the water, hence the wetsuit. So, it's double the fun.
Not only full of charm and character, Matlock Bath is also popular with fun seekers, like me.
Hello! I'm in a wetsuit.
It doesn't hurt to state the obvious, even to the likes of John Best, who sees wetsuits every day as a water sport instructor.
I understand you do water sports. I'm here to do tubing. What is tubing?
You're going to sit in this this ring here as you're floating down some of the rapids, small rapids.
Now, that word, dangerous word to use. By that you mean just a slight increase?
Yeah, I would describe it as a lazy river.
Is this perfect for someone who's not high octane?
It is ideal for you. You'll love it. It's
Are
great
you
fun.
sure?
Yes. I'm going to be on the water to help keep you safe.
OK.
You'll be fine.
Let's go tubing. That's a new catchphrase. Social media, hashtag Action Calman, let's go tubing. Come on then, let's go tubing.
Let's go.
I did a Breakfast Club punch there.
Rubber Donut Club, more like it. Because that's what's going to carry me nearly 2 miles down this challenging-looking river.
The heavens have opened, so there's a beautiful moment where the river and the skies are merging together to create the strangest experience I think I've ever had. Look at it!
Time to brave a rapid. All I can say is, I'm glad John's here.
Can I hold on to you while we go down the first one? Is that okay?
Hold on to your instructor.
Bit nervous. A lot nervous. Oh, picking up speed, picking up speed. Picking up speed.
I got you.
Thank you. I love you. I don't say that to a lot of men.
I expect I'll just need to go with the flow.
You okay?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay, 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 okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I survived my first rapid.
Okay, that wasn't too bad, actually. That was great.
And I'm now approaching my second set.
Oh. Okay, okay. It's all fine. It's all fine.
Luckily, I feel safe knowing that John has my back.
I mean, it's actually quite... What are you doing? You absolute maniac! What are you doing? That's all... No! You're terrible! Pushed me. That was quite thrilling, though.
Thanks to John, I'm rapidly getting into this adventure stuff. And the mixed weather.
Look at that! Oh my goodness! And it is a beautiful way to see this part of the Peak District, and I've loved every single second of it. I mean, look how relaxed I am. In my head, I'm on a giant lily pad, you see. And I'm a tiny frog.
As much as I'd like to float on my lily pad a little longer, I'd best hop along. Because there's one more stop I want to make.
And I can see, just up ahead, that's where I'm going next.
This steep-sided Matlock Valley has been nicknamed Little Switzerland. Apart from the lack of snow, I can see exactly why.
Woof! Those cable cars are high up.
Given I've seen this area from down low, why not see it from up high? And it looks like the cable car rides at the Heights of Abraham can offer just that.
There we are. There we are.
I'm told it's a steep but very gentle ascent to the summit.
The doors are closed. It's because it's a hop-on, hop-off type situation. Oh! 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 Okay. So...
I'm not a huge fan of heights, but this certainly beats a climb.
There's a bit of dry mouth happening here just now. Oh, blimey. I think this is why I'm not a natural-born skier, because I understand cable cars are quite a large part of the skiing experience.
Now I'm starting to acclimatise. The 360-degree view around the Derwent Valley is spectacular.
You can see for miles. Wow! Oh, here we are. Woo! I think I might be one of the only people in the world who can get an adrenaline rush from a slow cable car ride. But honestly, that was exciting. Right, let's go and see this beautiful view.
My adventure has definitely peaked.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Look at that view.
If only I could find a way to capture it forever.
I got myself this postcard of the beautiful view with the cable cars in it. Oddly enough, I'm going to send myself a postcard. So, to Susan, remember how gorgeous it was in the Peak District. Love, because you've got to love yourself. Susan. And that will go on my fridge to remind me how beautiful this place was.
In fact, absolutely everything about my trip to the Peak District has been worth writing home about. Next time, Helen and I are road tripping around the fantastic New Forest.
I want to run through the forest like a deer.
I get a touch flustered.
Sexy.
But also chilled to the bone.
It's a bit on the creepy side.
As I set sail for another whirlwind adventure.
Yeah! Oh my God, I got overexcited!